All right, so we are covering, like I said, February 14th, 1987, part 2, and we are sponsored by you, the patron. If you love this show and you're not a patron, please consider becoming one for as little as $2 a month, which is less than 7 cents per day. Get access to the world-class shows and all the other BTT off-the-cuff shenanigans that we put out there. It's tinyurl.com/BTT patron. All right, so we'll get into this thing. The first thing, if you got to remember, when we left off last week, we had a lot go down. We had Murdoch, who turned on his friend Dusty Rhodes and cut a nice little promo, and then we had we had a lot going on, didn't we, Doc?
Hot exit, hot show.
Yeah,
things are happening. Ivan needed some help.
Here's the thing too. Not only did Ivan need some help, but if you think that was bad, God, we're like 2 weeks away from some serious madness going down too. So there's
what happens.
We will see. There's some change in the air, partner. And with that said, let's jump into the first promo where it's Ric Flair who's coming out now, and we are. If you are kind of like watching along with us, we are. It's about the 45-minute mark of the episode. So here it is. Ric Flair's coming out. He's going to spit some game at the fans and talk to Tony Schiavone.
Back with you at ringside. We said we hadn't seen the world champion yet. And here he is, fans. The heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Give it to him one time, guys. Give him the whole package one time. Start down there, Daddy. Give him the whole package. Woo! I got the whole world in my hands. You know, there's nothing like walking out and totally captivating an audience like one of the four horsemen, or as only like one of the four horsemen can do so well. Tony Blanchard out here styling and profiling. The genius. James J. Dillon out here hollering out commands, taking charge. And the monster, the associate, the man that made Animal, Hawk, and Nikita move to a gym across town to work out. Our newest member, Lex Luger. And girls, let me be the first one to tell you, because I witnessed it personally, Lex Luger is not just all show, baby. Woo! He's a whole lot of go. And you see, that's why he's going to be a horseman. He can wrestle. He can style. He can profile. He can woo the lady. And last but not least, he's got class. Can you imagine dressing Nikita Koloff up? You can dress him up, but you can't take him anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Dusty Rhodes, huh? Ronnie Garvin, Barry Windham. Well, shucks, folks. Yeah, not a chance. We're talking about styling and profiling. When we walk into that Los Angeles Forum, and Jack Nicholson and Deborah Shelton and Jack Kent Cook and James Worthy and Kareem are all standing there. Come on in, Slick Rick. Come on in, JJ. Come on, Tony. Come on, Lex. Woo! Come on, Arnoldi. That's what we're talking about, styling and profiling. We are not the blue jean, blue shirt, cowboy boot crew. We are alligator shoes, $1,000 suits, Rolex watches, and any woman in the whole world we want. Just like that. So Philadelphia, next Saturday night, Philadelphia, the Horsemen are going to be in town. And after we destroy all the opposition, we're going to be at the Marriott Hotel, top floor. J.J. Dillon standing there at the entrance. And let me see how it goes like this. J.J. will have a checkboard. Are you 18? Are you between 18 and 28? Are you single? You got all the gear. Step on in, because the auditions for the Space Martinettes in Philadelphia at the Marriott after the match. Yes, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Birmingham, Chattanooga, Memphis. Woo! The Horsemen, be on their way. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling to wake up every morning knowing that regardless of what the little lady who's on your right has to say, or the little lady who's on your left has to say, or the one who comes out the back and saying, I can't believe it. What a night with the Horsemen. We know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we make the most money. We have the best cars. We live in the biggest houses on the biggest side of town. We have control of the promoters. We got all the women, all the notoriety, all the money, and Tony Schiavone in Los Angeles. On the goodness of my heart, I'm going to put something just like that on you, Daddy. You know why? Because I'm a horseman. Woo!
And Coach, you did go.
Shit. Hey, Doc, you know how a long time ago you were like, bruh, I don't think we really like wrestling. We just like shit talking.
Yes.
This is like the shining example of that.
What I tell you this week? There's a better than zero chance that I learned most of what I know about sex from Ric Flair promos in the late 80s.
Where do you
want to know?
Go ahead.
Well,
where do you want to start?
I want to know. There was a little line in there that confused me, but he said JJ's at the door, and if you're blah blah 18 to 28 blah blah blah, and you got the gear, I'm assuming gear means titties. I don't know.
Safe assumption.
Those shoes or something, huh?
The red alligators, yes.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's just how you do it. He got so worked up out there. He kind of started blowing up a little bit.
Oh man. Harper, I'll throw it. Doc, you got anything else before I throw it to Harper?
Well, it's still this whole. He basically. I like the beginning when he said Luger caused the guys to stop working out at the same gym, but then he started vouching for Luger's total package, if you will, and I was like, "Come on, dude."
His quote was, "I personally witnessed Lex Luger is definitely all go and not just all show," and I'm thinking to myself, "Wow, while the orgy was going on and Rick was over there handling his, he looked over and saw Luger just taking care of his too." I mean, it's like,
well, I saw for the first time I watched that Andre the Giant documentary this afternoon. Me and Mrs. Doc were watching it, and they start talking about Andre's
dick,
little giant,
mm-hmm.
and they cut to Rick, and Rick's like, he had a 24 size ring and 22 shoes. What do you think he was carrying? my wife was like, why has he always got to talk about people's dicks? I was like, I don't know. We're going to talk about that tonight on the show.
Well, if you listen to Schiavone says that Rick had a baby arm. So, for whatever that's worth. Yeah,
right.
You've heard him say that, Doc, where he describes Rick's little friend. He says he had a baby arm holding an apple, I think is the term he uses from time to time. This promo was just ridiculous. Okay, Harper, your thoughts.
And again, there's not just a whole lot of catchphrases and just like, who cares, man? It was awesome.
Yeah. I want to be a fucking horseman.
Yes.
I mean, we just
had
when
I grow up, I want to be a horseman. Could you picture JJ sitting there by the door and he's got the little fucking clipboard with a fucking big fucking ink pen checking it off? How old are you? 28. Okay. No, fuck that, bitch. You too old.
What are we running up? What are you running up top?
Yeah.
Can I see some ID?
Can I see some ID?
This is funny because when you think about it, like, at least they were, I guess, on TV covering their bases by saying, okay, you're older than 18 and you're not single, right? Okay, come on in.
Yeah.
Like legally speaking, they're not just inviting some like teeny boppers, but oh my god,
like Led Zeppelin probably did when they were banging 14-year-olds.
Oh,
Hey,
I have no clue what you're
That's
talking
not
about.
true.
That's kind of true.
Okay, I don't know. I have no opinion on that because I really don't know. All right,
Sounds like
go ahead.
sounds like R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's the freaking weekend. He's about to have him some fun.
I bet. All right, Harper. Anything else on Rick right there?
Let's roll.
Jesus Lord. Up next, we got another promo. And remember, this is the second half of February 14th. So now Dusty is going to respond. He's out there with Nikita, and he'll be responding to what went down with Dick Murdoch last week. So, or within this same week. So here it is.
We've said it over and over. There's no doubt the wrestling world is shocked by the actions of Dick Murdoch along with Ivan and Vladimir.
First, I want to say something to Ric Flair. You know, all the clothes and all the money and all the women you have in the world do not make a man, Ric Flair. What makes a man is a heart and guts, something you know nothing about. Now, each day that go by, the American dream teaches Nikita Koloff many different things. He teaches Nikita that you have to go out and you earn a friend. You can go out and just buy a friend. You see, Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff are friends. Nikita Koloff and Magnum TA are friends. Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA are friends. Ivan Koloff, how come for 2 years you try to teach Nikita to hate America, to hate all America? America is great, Ivan Koloff. I love the freedom of this country, Ivan Koloff. And now you go out and you buy a friend in Dick Murdoch, or you try. Well, Dick Murdoch, you show just what you made of. You have no knee down your back and some yellow string. You have no gun. Well, you have chosen your side, Dick Murdoch, and now you are going to pay the price for attacking Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff.
Nikita Koloff told it like it was. Dick Murdoch for 7 years, throughout this country, we traveled together, night and day. We slept together, we drank together, and we ran together. 1974, you chose what road you wanted to take. I chose the road I wanted. It took me to 3 world titles. It took you to Japan. It took me to the world television title. It took you to Japan. 3 times. 3 times I've wore the gold you want to wear. Jealousy is all it is. You're a jealous man. You're a beaten man. Don't you ever lay your hands on me again, because you can put it in stone, Daddy. You can write it in stone. That Dusty Rhodes, if it's the last thing I do, Dick Murdoch, the last thing, you will be completely through and able to go to Japan, live in Japan, and stay there. Nikita Koloff is my friend. He is my colleague, my ally, my companion. And you are a yellow, egg-sucking dog. And don't ever forget it.
There it is from the...
Well, I guess Dusty's a little pissed. Harper, I guess I'll throw it to you first this time.
Yeah, Dusty's pissed, bro.
Man.
And he's basically saying he's fucking jealous because he couldn't be a fucking champion, and he had to run to fucking Japan to get booked.
It's so true. That's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
That's how I interpreted it, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking Nikita and his friend shit sounded like he was 5 years old.
He did.
We're friends. We're friends. You can't buy friends.
Oh. Doc, what you got on this one?
I thought Dusty was great right there, man. That was he was fired up. He was cutting a promo, and I think it's interesting as you put all the storylines together, we just heard Rick. Rick was out there styling and profiling, easy. We got a new member. Everything is great. I'm the champ. When you wake up with 2 women in bed and another one coming out of the bathroom, just easy breezy life of a horseman. Mm-hmm. And then the next promo was fire and brimstone, and I'm going to get my revenge. I thought both of them were great. What a fantastic way to start the second half of this week.
Yeah, I agree. It's totally. I mean, if you got to remember Murdoch, what Murdoch did last week, and then his promo as well. Just really, really good stuff. I'm going to play a promo from Worldwide too from this same week, February 14th, and there was one from Murdoch that was, to me, it was pretty damn good. So I'll play it later on in the show. But just I agree, man. Just really, I don't know, dude. Really, really good stuff, man. Dusty's fired up and he's responding, and I agree with Harper.
Pissed, bro.
He's mad. Then when he came out and said, he won the world title 3 times while you were out farting around trying to get booked elsewhere. Like, yeah. I mean, obviously him and Murdoch are friends, but that felt like it feels almost real. Like,
yeah,
you can't deny it
because it's
true. They always said Murdoch would he was one of the greatest, but would be his own worst enemy on joking around and blah blah blah. So I bet there is something there.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that's back in a time when how many people walking on the face of the earth had held the strap 3 times?
That's true. I mean, who had? Somebody else going to tell me.
Probably. Well, if I had to guess, in the NWA at that point, it'd have been Rick, Harley, and Dusty, and that's it.
Well, I know. I mean, we know Rick had by that point because Rick had won it the first time, lost.
Well, Harley was the most for a long time, so he definitely had. Rick had it, and Dusty had it. Who else? The answer is nobody.
Okay, I'll take your word on it. I don't have it in front of me.
So,
but no, you're right. You're right.
Subconsciously, he's putting himself in a very, very small group with Harley Race and Ric Flair.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. That was just tremendous.
Yeah. Well, that promo was better than the Son of a Plumber. Hard Times.
I would make an argument. You probably, it was a really good one. That was really good. Well, next up is Cornette. He introduces the Midnight Express. I'm not going to play it because it's 20 seconds long. He just introduces them. And then there's a match. It's Ricky Sullivan and Larry Steven versus the Midnight. Dennis Condrey hits one of these guys with a brain buster. So,
that's what I wanted to know. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm sure there's historians out there that'll tell me he used it a lot more in other places, but for the love of God, I can only remember him using. This is the only time I remember him seeing him use that there. So whatever.
Yeah,
I was cool.
And
with
you've already got 2 guys using it,
right?
Well, that's the funny part because the next match they win with a brain buster, but we'll talk about that in a second. So whatever. All right, up next we got Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. He's gonna cut a promo. Here he is.
Hey, Tony, think you can let me have $100? Just until next week, man, huh?
Jimmy, we're on the air.
Hey, baby, that booking man is happy. The booking man, Tony Maroney. Yeah, I'm busy too. I'm so happy. It's not because it's my birthday. It's not because it's Christmas. It's not because it's Valentine's Day, although I do love Valentine's, you understand? It's because the mayor of Miffo, Tennessee, Carol Couch, the mayor of Miffo, Tennessee, gave me the key to Nashville, Tennessee. It's because, you see, I don't know what that means when you get a key. I mean, does it mean that I can't be tarred and feathered in a town? Does it mean that I can't be rode out on the rail? You understand? I don't know. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I do got a key to Tennessee. Hey, that rhymes, don't it, baby? I'm a poet and I don't know it. Tony Maroney, how's Peggy Sue, baby? You know, Tony, everybody's got a partner for the cup. Everybody's got a partner. Well, I know the boogeyman will end up with a top-notch partner, even if I gotta bring Big Mama or you, Tony Maroney. Woo, listen, I love you to death, baby. Hey, give me that 10 or 15.
All right, fans, let's go back to the...
Bro, the whole time Shivani's like, please don't kiss me. Please don't kiss me. Please don't kiss me. Please don't kiss me. I'll do anything if you don't kiss me. I'll give you $100 after we're done. Doc, any thoughts on this promo from Boogie right there?
He needs some money, man.
He was begging him. Before they go on air, he's begging him for money. Oh, Jesus Lord.
He's entertaining.
Dude, that was hilarious. I mean, you nailed it, Harper. He's entertaining. He's entertaining. Harper, anything else from that?
I mean, he was funny. He was a guy that like someone might be walking by the TV and go, "What the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, you're right. You walk by like, "What the hell is this clown talking about?"
How did the mayor of Memphis give him the key to Nashville?
I don't know, dude. So don't try to take Boogie's words literally, dude. That's the last thing you should do. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. Vladimir Pietrov, Ivan Koloff, Dick Murdoch versus Alan Martin, Randy Mulkey, and Chance McQuaid. Murdoch wins it for his team with a brainbuster. So, like I said a second ago, 2 brainbuster wins back to back. Harper, any thoughts on the match at all?
No, just
Me either.
The fucking brainbuster is like the power bomb of this promotion.
Everybody. It's insane. Doc, any thoughts on that? Yeah, I like it just rung out at me as soon as I saw it. I'm like, God, we just saw one with a brainbuster, and now we just saw another brainbuster. So it is what it is, but I won't complain. Doc, anything else?
Well, we have. If you're going to have Petrov out there, putting him as the third guy on the team, it's certainly better than positioning him as new Nikita.
Yeah.
You can hide him when you got 2 other guys out there, like Ivan and Dick Murdoch. Let me tell you something. Murdoch is exactly what the Russians needed right now.
Why is that?
Because it couldn't have lasted much longer with like Ivan Koloff and Vladimir Pietrov.
That shit was dying, bro.
It was dead on arrival. And Murdoch comes in, and wait till you hear the promo I'm going to play from Worldwide. But Murdoch comes in, and he's perfect because he's a redneck American who Murdoch was the perfect situation that the Russians needed at that point in time. Perfect. Redneck turns his back on the Americans.
When Murdoch took that dude over to the announce table, I was like, that announce table can't hold up to all this action. It was sturdier than I thought. The little podium there.
Yeah. Well, you know that podium.
It's not carved out of oak like the Smoky Mountain desk.
No.
But I was expecting
that's like a teacher's desk.
Yeah, I was expecting that podium, JCP podium, to just be made out of styrofoam.
Cornette did say that desk was foldable.
Yeah.
Like it had hinges and stuff, and they carried it around with pretty good ease, which shocked us because remember we figured back in the day that's a bit heavy.
Well, it's either the sturdiest thing on earth or it would have been, made out of balsa wood. There was no in between.
Yeah. Instead, it was foldable, which is crazy. Still heavy, but foldable. He did say he never knew what happened to the desk, unfortunately. So, damn it. All right. Well, next up, we got Jim Cornette coming out after that, and Corny and the Midnight Express have something to say. Here it is.
You mean you're back here again? All of you back here.
We're going to make your day because you know something. That's right. Take care of that paper. Get out of the way. This is Valentine's Day, Tony Schiavone. I want to say happy Valentine's Day to Mama at home in Louisville, Kentucky. I love you. I want to say happy Valentine's Day right now publicly to my boys. Oh, thank you. Denny, Bubba. Happy Valentine's Day. And I want to do one thing. Hey, cameraman, if you can wake up, get a shot of Maxine. Slick Rick was out here. He was talking about his clothes and everything, and he's the best dresser in the world. But I want you to see these shoes just because an old friend of the family, Liberace, left these shoes to me in his will because he was an old friend of the family. And I want to say I'm sorry about what you did. But anyway, we're going to miss you. Now, let me tell you something. I've told you about all the goals that the Midnight Express are going to accomplish. United States Tag Team title, Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup, put Ronnie Garvin out of business, mess his face up real bad. All the things that the Midnight Express are going to do. But Dusty Rhodes, believe me,
Big Bubba Rogers ain't forgot about you for a second. You see, this is a man who is accustomed to taking large amounts of money away from people who don't want to give it up. This is a man who's been doing that for the Cornette family for quite a long time. And you dangle $100,000 in front of his face, it's like dangling a red flag in front of a bull, and that's a good analogy, except he might be a little bigger and a little tougher than your average bull. So I tell you what, Dusty, that's like putting a Miller in front of Bobby's face. That's exactly right. Good analogy, Bob. So let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes. What's going to happen in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at that Civic Arena on February 27th? Big Bubba is going to live, eat, sleep, and breathe the thought of your name and your face in front of him until the 27th. And when he gets inside that steel cage, then he's going to come after you, and he's going to tear you apart piece by piece and bit by bit and stuff each piece through a different hole in that cage, because that's the only way to win the match, to take your opponent and throw him out of the cage, either through the door, over the top, or even straight through that wire. And Dusty Rhodes, I don't know whether you've thought about this or not, but can you imagine what it'd be like to try to take a 350-pound man and throw him over the top of a 10-foot cage? But I'll guarantee you one thing, he's going to take your big carcass and he's going to rub you on that wire and make coleslaw out of you, and then he's going to grab you by the hair of the head and the seat of the pants, and he's going to boost you so far that it's going to look like you're a Sputnik going up into orbit. And he's going to get that $100,000, and Jimmy Crockett better be there in Pittsburgh in person to hand that to me right in that suitcase. And right now, Tony, for the benefit of all the people, I'm going to let my boys go back and get a shower because they've had a hard day's work, and we're going to show you what the baddest man in the world, Big Bubba Rogers, can do in the ring. Let's go.
All right, Doc, I'm going to throw it to you first.
Waving that Miller in front of Bobby's nose, right?
That was good.
So Liberace had actually died 10 days before this episode, so that was a timely reference there. So,
as he had on pink loafers or alligators. I mean, I don't know if they're alligators.
He looked like he took Rick's alligators and dipped them into some Pepto-Bismol and then put them on a
That's perfect, because those some bitches were definitely Pepto-Bismol in color. Jesus.
So yeah, once again, man, U.S. titles, the Stampede finale, Corny's got it going on, blowing kisses and shit. Valentine's Day, worst holiday of all time.
Yeah, no, huh?
Well, we only say that on the day of. I mean, once we get to Mother's Day and any other woman's day,
it's just like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day,
it's all the same,
Valentine's. Yeah, it's like a parent.
Well, tomorrow's Memorial Day. That's for men. They get sent off to war and shit.
No, it's totally different. No. We're talking about broads in their holiday. Go ahead, Harper. It's like what you were about to say?
It's like comparing a Chevy Silverado to a GMC Sierra. I mean, it's the same fucking truck. It's just a different fucking hood ornament, man.
Dude, Harper always is rolling with the analogies. That is so right. It's like back in the day when you would buy a Blazer or a GMC Jimmy.
Right. It's the same fucking thing. It just got a different name on the tailgate.
It's the same shit. Whether it's... That is a perfect comparison for something like a woman's birthday and Valentine's Day. It's like the same shit, just named something different. There's no difference besides the date on the calendar. Holy shit, that's perfect, Harper.
Now, what's the equivalent to Father's Day?
Tuesday.
Dude, pick any other normal Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday out the year. That's the equivalent.
No one gives a shit.
Nobody. But you know what? I'm not fussing. Like Doc says. Like Doc. No. Like when my wife says, "What do you want for Father's Day?" You know what I say?
Leave me the fuck alone.
Leave me alone. Let me go. Just vegetate and just
don't
tell
fucking
the kids
look at me.
Tell the kids leave me alone too.
Yeah, go
Doc,
outside.
Would you agree, Doc?
Yeah.
You see, same shit. Doc's wife asked him this year what he wanted for his birthday, and he's just like, "Don't spend any money. Just leave me alone." That's what I want for my birthday. Like, how bad is that, but real? Anyway, all right, we'll keep going. Big Bubba is heading to the ring. He's going to face off against George South. Bubba wins with the Bubba Slam. It's probably a less than 3-minute match. Hopper, do you have anything from it?
No.
I mean, that's all I had was a finish. Doc, you?
I like the shit talking more than I like this wrestling.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's funny because I was listening. I was on the treadmill earlier today. I was re-listening to when Tony Schiavone talked about Thunder, and he actually made the comment about. He's like, it's like, I don't know what they were talking about. I can't remember it. He said, it's like the old Saturday night on TBS shows in the mid 80s. It's like, nobody tuned in for the wrestling. They tuned in for the promos. He's like, that's all they tuned in for. They just wanted to see the guys talk crap to each other. I was like, oh my God, you nailed it, Tony. Of course, that's what we were doing. But anyway, so you're right. We tune in for the crap talking. Now, Harper, I'm getting ready to play Manny and Rick Rude here, but I want to say something first. Don't tell me what you think now.
Right.
But Manny had that Skull Bandage jacket on, and let me play it, and I'm gonna get your thoughts together. I just wanted to point that out before I play it. All right. I'm gonna throw it to you first once it's done. Here it is.
You know, we've talked about all the great tag teams here today and all the great tag teams going after the cup. This team right on top of the list, the World Tag Team Champions.
You know, people think I brag about my men. I'm not bragging about my men. They're your world champions. They are winners. They are not losers. And the difference is, winners, when they get knocked down, they get up one more time. And you're the Rock and Roll Express. They want cage matches. Well, these are world champions, the real R&R. And to put them in a cage would be degrading because they're your world champions.
That's right, Paul. And first off, I'd like to mention everyone comes out in front of the camera with their $1,000 suits on and their $1,000 crocodile boots. Well, all I have to say to that, Shivani, is this. It's the finest body in the world, and whatever I choose to cover it with is only downplaying, you understand? And as far as the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tournament, the question isn't whether or not we'll be invited. The question is whether we'll decide to go. You see, we are already the world champions, and with no world champions, there is no cup tournament. Tell them, Bull. You know, Danny, what it's all about is in the rules and regulations of the NWA, it says a squared circle and no fences. That's turnbuckles and ropes. But if you want to be doing that stuff, rock and roll and anybody else, then you'll be under the gun and on the run. Because when you mess with this, you messing with fire. And when the R&R Express comes along, baby, you're going to find out that where it be and anywhere else, we are the World Tag Team Champions. We are the Protection Agency. And as long as it comes along, we will always be number one anywhere all over the world. So get it, get ready, because if you can handle it, then get on fire, because we like it hot.
Paul Jones and the World Tag Team Champions. Let's go to the...
All right, Harper, I said I was going to throw it to you first, man. Manny got that Skull Bandage jacket on. I popped when I saw it, but go ahead.
That's a jacket where back then you probably got, you know, you bought a certain amount of fucking skull and they just gave you a fucking jacket.
A nice jacket too, right?
Right. And that's a jacket nowadays, I guarantee you, somebody would pay a couple of $100 for that fucking jacket.
Bruh, I bet you could find that some bitch on eBay right now. But you're right. Somebody would charge you, if it's in decent shape.
Right.
You probably get a good bit of
$100.
Yeah, man. That Skull Band. I remember them commercials. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. As soon as I saw that jacket, I was like, Harper's going to say something about that Skull Bandage jacket.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, fuck, I don't dip, but fuck, I'll take that fucking jacket.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too. All right, Harper, anything else from the actual promo with, like, Rick Rude talking shit?
Fucking Rick Rude, he basically said, bro, it's not, if we're invited, you'll be lucky if we show up to this fucking shit. Fuck you.
He did, and then, right, and then he said, he basically told Rick he could go screw himself with the $1,000 suit and the gators on his feet. He's like, that don't mean nothing. All you doing is covering up. He said, if I spent that kind of money, I'd be covering up my goods. So what? That was great. That was great from Rude there. Doc, what did you have?
Yeah, Rick was really kind of stole the spotlight there with that. We'll decide if we even want to go. You.
That was good.
I mean, that's what I do every time we record. You're like, okay, are you going to be there? Are you going to be there? I'm like, man, I don't know. You ain't got to show if I don't, so what if I don't?
Okay. That's nice, Doc. All right, Doc, anything else?
I'm looking up, trying to find a skull jacket for
I knew
Harper's,
that. I knew he was doing that as soon as I said on
for
eBay.
Harper's birthday this year. You, out of all of this show money, could buy him. Here's one that's a Charlie Daniels band jacket.
Oh my God!
With a can of skull on it.
It's got to be super old. I think they must have sponsored him years ago.
Why not?
Yeah,
If David
right?
Allen Coe can be the official band of JCP.
So did you find a Skull Bandits one yet?
No, I'm still doing some looking. Do you know they have an Etsy shop, though, whatever that is?
That's them things that them broads sell stuff on.
Yeah.
But
The only
then
reason
Skull has a storefront on there, I think.
Wow, that's nice. I only know about that because I've heard my wife talk to her friends about Etsy. Like, okay.
Was it before or after they were talking about essential oils?
I really don't remember. But yeah, I've heard them talk about that stupid. It's just stupidity. All right, well, let's keep going while Doc is looking for the Skull Bandits.
You'd be
jacket.
surprised at how many different skull jackets you can get. Here's a Skull Bandit Racing denim jacket.
Well, that was big. I think that was big with the NASCAR shit back in the day.
That sounds about right. The denim, God, I remember when people were wearing those damn.
Well,
jean
here's
jackets.
a Copenhagen Skull Pro Rodeo leather coat.
Oh God,
$150.
yeah, that's not white trash at all.
All right, here is a vintage 1980s Skull Bandit Racing zip front, so premium satin coat. And it's signed by somebody, and they want $166.
Well, it's not too bad.
It doesn't look as badass as the one that
No.
Manny had on.
Manny had
Yeah,
on.
because he's got like a bullpen jacket. that
Yeah.
he's wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was pretty sweet, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it was brand new. All right, well, let's keep going. We got Keith Vincent and Vernon Deaton versus the Kansas Jayhawks, Dutch Mantell and Bobby Jaggers. Jayhawks winning pretty much an uneventful match. I mean, it wasn't
A brain buster, huh?
No, wasn't it?
No.
Didn't Dutch come off like a clothesline or something
Oh,
while Jaggers
yeah,
was
yeah.
holding him?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And they get the win. Did you have anything from it, Doc?
Mm-mm.
All right, me either. So, Harper, anything else?
Uh-uh.
All right, well, let's go now to Jimmy Garvin and Precious. And this is a pretty interesting promo only
Yeah.
because of what's coming soon. So, let me play it.
And we're back with the one and only gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, along with Precious.
I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard for me to do it. It's hard for me to remain in a good mood with a nice smiling face and talking to all the people out there about what a great wrestler I am because I'm sad. I got mixed emotions, Squeeze. I want to come out here and be happy, but I'm sad because I got a feeling I'm going to have to announce I don't want to do it. In fact, I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to tell you, I came close to doing it today. And you're probably wondering, did you come close to doing? I hate for the words to even come out of my mouth. But I honestly thought about retiring today. I honestly thought, yes, I thought about it. There's nobody for Gorgeous Jay to wrestle. It's a crying shame, but there's nobody left for me to wrestle, Squeeze. I'm a little upset. I'm trying to keep my composure, and I get like a real sick feeling in my stomach. I almost want to get tears in my eyes. If I wasn't such a man, I'd probably cry on national television because I'm coming close to being real depressed.
Oh, gorgeous. How terrible.
Maybe a little kiss, maybe. Maybe a little bigger kiss. I feel a lot better already, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not going to retire. I'm just beginning. You think you've seen something? You think you've seen something up to this point? No. I'm loaded for bear, Pally. I'm only in about second gear, and when I throw Gorgeous Jay into overdrive, sparks are going to fly all around the world. Oh, this has been a great program today, Tony. I got to compliment you and David over there, the quiet one that never likes to talk to me. I don't know. He don't come around too much, but he's really tell him I said hi. And tell Rebecca to quit calling me. Squeeze, I got to leave before I get depressed.
The one and only gorgeous Jimmy Garvin along with Precious. More action right after this timeout.
All right, so Doc, I'll throw it to you first this time. Did you know what to make of this?
It finally clicked to me that the crowd is super hot all episode here, by the way. So they brought in some either people that hadn't been to bed from the night before, a bunch of mouthy kids or some shit. No, I don't know. What?
Bunch of mouthy kids or some shit. All right. No, I just
some Make-A-Wish, bunch of Make-A-Wish kids that are about to die or something.
Come on.
Wow. You're just a straight up asshole all the time, aren't you? Just,
so what is this?
You get that go away heat.
Is he talking about birds or something?
No, it's just weird. Like, I guess you know, I mean, people have seen this before. I mean, we know what's coming. So, like, this is just a weird promo because he's not like giving us a glimpse of anything that's about to happen in the next week or two, which is
he needs something to happen.
Yeah, he really did. Well, the turn's coming. No. He's about to turn.
Oh.
Yeah, he's about to turn. So, but you wouldn't have a clue just based on what you just heard because it was real weird. He's like screwing around with people, talking about he's almost about to retire, and then Shivani doesn't really know what to make of it, and it's just just really, really strange. But Hopper, I mean, did you have anything from it? Did you, like,
well, this is when he goes to. Does he go to World Class soon?
No. He never. He was in World Class before that. He's about to turn. He's about to turn babyface.
Okay.
But
no.
He doesn't lean. I mean, he doesn't. There's nothing here that would make you think that that's what he's about to do. It's just kind of like he's just out there.
You know what I was thinking?
What's that?
Whatever happened to what's his name? The fucking Indian. What the hell?
God Almighty! You mean Wahoo McDaniel?
Yeah.
The Irish Indian.
Yeah.
No. Wahoo's still around. He's not on Saturday night though.
The fucking Indian.
Right, that's real nice, Indian. That's nice, Hopper. You sound like Jimmy Garvin when he was calling him a sticky little Indian. Somebody else made a comment on like one of the YouTube episodes, like within the last week or so, talking about why are they talking about this like it's real? Because evidently some of the stuff that we talk about is like we treat it like it's a sports deal.
Hey, and guess what? That's when it was better.
Yeah, really. When it was better. Good Lord. Mm-hmm. You know what's funny? I'm sitting here looking at my computer right now, and I froze it at the end of the promo, and I just realized this is February 14th, 87. I mean, I knew it was, but obviously that's Valentine's Day, and the little commercial picture that's coming up right before they go to break is Happy Valentine's Day from the NWA.
Oh.
So sweet. All right, that's cute.
Here's Squeeze. Here's a skull jacket I got.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we'll keep going. And then after Jimmy Garvin and Precious is Bullet Bob Armstrong in action versus the Demon. Bob Armstrong wins the match with a big elbow off the second rope. Doc, did you have any thoughts from this match?
I did like the part where Bullet was using the fist and then Scrappy was telling him to stop, and he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice little piece there.
Anything else?
He's bad to the bone.
Hopper, anything from you?
I was just wondering who's the Demon.
I have no clue. I thought that too, and I didn't look it up while I was watching it.
I thought he was the Kiss Demon.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
That's in the late '90s, Doc, or maybe 2000.
Didn't he die?
No. Dale Torborg.
The guy that was the Demon. No. Okay.
He's the only wrestler from that time frame that didn't.
All right.
Y'all got me. I was like, I don't know. All right. So before we hand out any awards and whatnot, I told you I had a couple of promos. I got 2 of them from Worldwide from this week. So I'm going to cue those up now for you. Does it help y'all when I share my screen when I play these ones that y'all haven't?
If you want, do it. I dare you to share it. Share it.
Okay. Let me share. Since Harper
You know what
says
you
he
look
didn't
like?
want.
You not
On
only
your
is
Skype picture,
I don't
the
know.
fucking at the end of the Goonies when they're all sitting around when they get saved by the cops, and they got the little fucking knit hats on.
this town is saved. They saved the town with the gold.
I'm listening.
So that's what you look like. So Dale Torborg, the Kiss Demon, is the conditioning coach for the Chicago White Sox.
Damn. All right.
His dad was like a manager for him and a professional baseball player.
Can y'all see the window I have up right now?
No, I cannot. All I can see, it's a gray screen, and in the corner's your dopey little head and that Goonies hat you're wearing.
You're
All
coming
right.
home with us, Chunk. I want to take care of you.
Down here, it's our time.
Yeah.
Up
Down
there,
here, it's our time. Up there, it's their time. And it's all over if we go on, what's his name's bucket.
yeah. That hot chick that went up, yeah.
All right. Can y'all see now?
I'm not a Goonie. I see like all your crap.
Yeah. Okay.
I see the mixing board.
Yeah.
You
Here comes the Here comes the speech about how hard it is to do all this.
Are you a DJ?
No, that's for us to
Oh.
that's so y'all can hear the
Fade
freaking
gain,
promos, you
Fader.
dipshit.
What's Fader gain?
Mixing
All right,
the trouble, dude.
Here's Ric Flair, his promo on Worldwide.
Oh, heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
What I am, as I've said so many times in the past, I am a member of the most elite task force in all of professional sports, the Four Horsemen. Ole said it better, brother. We got a cornerstone on the market. And J.J. Dillon sometimes is just a touch humble because he keeps saying the tournament that Jim Crockett is holding in Baltimore is by invitation only. Well, that's a fact, J.J. But you told me, and I told you, what is the cup without the horse? I mean, after all, if the Road Warriors win the cup, we're not there, who'd they beat? Huh? You gotta beat the Horsemen. You gotta be in the ring with the Horsemen to get anywhere. You want notoriety. You want money. You want long limousines. You want big houses, nice clothes, championship belts. Then you gotta beat or be in the ring with the Horsemen to attain all that. In my case, and in the case of Tony Blanchard, and in the case of Arnold Anderson, we don't know what defeat is. We only live by the luxury of winning every night. We are the best in Boston, Massachusetts. You gotta know by now. Woo! The NWA is coming to town, and they tell me the women in Boston are starved for the sight of a real man. Well, ladies, let me tell you, I'm not 6'9", but I'm more man of my little finger than Larry Bird is in his whole body. And getting back to women, Precious, I want you to learn a song for me. It goes like this. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Woo!
So yeah, if you don't know, he's about to start like hitting on Precious and stuff. So
Okay.
there's that, and yeah, it's coming soon. Doc, any thoughts on what we saw right there?
I just wish that the Saturday night had more angle stuff because we would get to hear all that, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have ever known that was happening yet.
It's a weird dynamic, and actually there's something else that's kind of funny too, as far as Saturday night and Worldwide, because the turn, if you watch this episode of Worldwide, Jimmy Garvin's turn is already in motion. It's weird. There's a promo on this episode. It's a local, well, maybe not. It's a local promo advertising something for the Boston market, and it's
That's
apparent
a real
that
place?
well, for the Boston television market and for when they go to Boston, Massachusetts. And it's obvious the turn happened because Jimmy Garvin is talking about the turning, like he's talking like a babyface. So there's just different things, or if you watch this, you'll catch certain things that you don't catch on Saturday night. It's not usually not major stuff, but it's sometimes important stuff. Not always, though. All right, so up next, you could see it. We got Dick Murdoch in the Russians, and they're about to cut a promo. Here they are.
The Russians, Pietrov, Ivan Koloff, and Dick Murdoch. Murdoch with the Russians.
Bob, you know one thing? Let me get down to business, straight to business. You know when Dick Murdoch and Dusty Rhodes formed the original Texas Outlaws, we're the greatest tag team combination ever wrestled. And our word was good, especially my word. When I told any promoter, wait just a minute, Bob, when I told any promoter that I'd be there, the Outlaws would be there. And then I run into two individuals here, Ivan Koloff and Vladimir Pietrov, and their words are fantastic. They have got the greatest lifestyle, the greatest way to treat human beings I've ever seen in my life.
Dick,
the Russian way ain't all that bad.
Wait a minute, you talking about your words. What about a match in St. Louis? What about you and Baron von Raschke?
What about a match in St. Louis, Baron von Raschke and myself? Well, let me tell you something. You're just starting this tape where you want to show it. You're showing Raschke already bleeding in this tape. You're not showing the 38 minutes before this when I was in there doing battle, protecting this team, took everything that Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez had to dish out, and then I tagged Raschke, and in 15 seconds, the man's ended up busted up like that. In 15 seconds, he's busted up. What? And he's been in there a total of 38 seconds. He wants to come over and tag me after I was in there 38 minutes. That is not fair. And all I'm doing is saying, do your duty, carry your load, Raschke. And what does he do? Shuts me down. Well, anybody in their right mind is not going to take it. I know my comrades, my friends, Ivan and Vladimir wouldn't take that. They'd do the same thing that good old Captain Redneck, red-blooded American boy right here is doing. A man of his word. And I could have stomped him, man. I could have stomped a mud hole in him right now and stomped it dry again, Bob. But I went ahead and I left the ring like a good-blooded American. United States Marine Corps better than I am. A man that fought for the great United States of America. A lot more than anybody sitting out here can say they did. These nothing having bunch of draft dodgers who wouldn't protect this country. And I went ahead and joined alliances with two of the greatest individuals, two of the greatest partners a man can ask for. Ivan Koloff, if he's ever told somebody he's going to do something, he's done it. Or he's taking a heck of a whipping trying. And as long as I've known Vladimir, you look at that man. When he tells you he's going to do something, well, I'll guarantee you these guns right here, and that sickle's going to get it done. Now, Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff, you sit out here, hear these people hollering, Dusty, Dusty, Nikita, Nikita. Well, sign a contract with Jim Crockett Promotions because they're ruling the world right now, professional wrestling. Sign a contract, and let's meet in Charlotte. Let's meet in Greensboro. Let's meet in Atlanta, L.A., Pittsburgh, anywhere. As a matter of fact, Ivan's getting me a passport to go to Russia. Let's meet in Moscow, Daddy.
All right, fans, we'll be back right after this.
He said, let's meet Russian Daddy. Okay.
He called someone draft dodgers?
Yes.
Yeah, he called he called them draft dodgers, the people in the audience. I popped when he said they're trying to get him help, like a passport to go to Russia, like to have a match in Russia. I thought that was funny. But Doc, thoughts on what we saw there from Murdoch and Russians?
It's helpful to describe what's going on here and to help the story. And it's interesting because Murdoch was so uninteresting for the first few months he was in, and now he just flipped a switch and is really interesting in what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yep. He went heel.
I never heard one person call someone draft dodgers in fucking pro wrestling.
What you go? He did there. I love it because he's calling them draft dodgers, but he's friends with the Russians. It's beautiful. It's so Southern wrestling. It's not funny. You bunch of draft dodgers. In the same breath, he said, "I'm a good red-blooded American." He's talking about making this alliance with the Russians. It's like, it's just unbelievable. It's so wrestling. It's just great. So, all right, here's what I want to do. Let's tie in the part 1 of February 14th from last week and then part 2 from this week. Give it a rating. I'm going to throw out an A right now, and then I'm going to give the obvious to, well, you know what? I'm not going to give the obvious. Let's do the ratings first. I'm giving this puppy I'm actually going to give it an A+ because I got to think back to Murdoch's turn, Flair's promo, Dusty's promo. I'm going to give this sucker an A+. Doc, what are you going to give it?
I'm going to stay. You had it right the first time, actually. I'm going to stay with an A.
Yeah, just a regular A.
So we both had it right. You did have it right, and then you talked yourself into being a brave man and giving it.
Okay,
way to go, dude.
Harper, so you giving it an A too?
Yeah.
All right, Doc. You do the rating first since I gave my grade first. What are you giving it?
The rating.
Not the rating. You know what I mean. Rolex. My bad.
A Rolex.
Yep.
Man, as much as I wanted to give it to Dusty, I can't. It's got to go to Rick, pal.
No consideration for Murdoch?
No.
Okay.
It's going to Rick.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump in. I'm giving it to Murdoch. He turned his back. And don't get me wrong, Rick's great. I'm not saying Rick ain't great, but he turned his back on America. This is a former Marine.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Okay. All right, Harper, who are you giving yours to?
It's Dusty, man.
Dusty?
Yeah, Dusty. That
Okay.
fucking promo. I mean, you say he fucking you know, I was here winning fucking 3 titles, and then you ran off to fucking Japan, bitch. Fuck you.
Well, that's a way to put it. That is a way to put it. All right. Oh, man. All right. Well, there you have it. So I gave it A+. Doc and Harper gave it 2 A's, or gave it an A. Doc, you gave it to Rick, the Rolex, right?
Oh, yeah.
I gave it to Murdoch, and Harper gave his to Dusty. So there you go. That's actually a good combination of an episode,
Yeah.
a good episode when you got 3 different people who get a Rolex. So there you have it. Definitely good stuff. So all right, well I'm gonna throw it over now to Doc. Well, first, you got anything before we throw it to Bruce Mitchell?
No.
All right, Harper. What about you?
No, huh? No.
All right, it's time to get over now to Bruce Mitchell. Bruce Mitchell is a PW Torch writer. He's been with the Torch for many, many years, covering all aspects of wrestling. Bruce Mitchell's from the Mid-Atlantic area, so he grew up on this promotion. He grew up on Jim Crockett Promotions and lots of experience. Him and I have a long talk about Ivan Koloff to start things off on part 1. So I know for sure this is going to be at least 2 parts, maybe even 3. I got to see how I'm going to edit it out, but here is part 1 with PW Torch's Bruce Mitchell. It's been in the works for a while, and I'm glad to have Bruce on. So, Bruce, thank you again, and let's throw it over to that right now. Harper, hit the tagline.
Book it, bitch.